All right, good evening, everybody. This is going to be our first WebEx recording for how to search functions on the TI website for district leader resources, reporting information, how to download it into Excel, what to do with it, and how to make it relevant for your use. I'll be your moderator tonight. I'm Crystal Dyer, the Lieutenant Governor of Education and Training for District 55, and your presenter this evening is Jerry Barrett, Distinguished Toastmaster, the Public Relations Officer for District 55. Jerry, take it away.
Hello, everybody. This is, as I said, Jerry Barrett, and the high-level agenda, what we're going to cover today, like Crystal said, we're going to be looking at a bunch of tools on how to look at relevant data on how our district is performing, district, divisions, areas, and clubs. And we're going to be mostly the reports on the Toastmasters International website with a little bit thrown in from some other tools created by some other industrious Toastmasters. We'll be looking at how to use the tools both online and also how we can download the data, manipulate it, or use it offline. Sometimes ends up being a little easier to do. I'm going to do most of the presentation on the District 55 website. So if you've got a browser and you want to follow along, open up a tab in your browser and type in tmd55.org, tm55.org.
TMD55.
tmd55.org, okay. And you can, that looks like. It's pretty easy to find on the website. There's actually two ways you can find it. The first way is it's over district officers, which is what we all are, and you click on district reports, it'll take you to the district reports page. I've also put a shortcut that will probably be here for a long time under the quick links section. You can see reports for club and district officers, exact same page, district officers. So I'm going to click on district officers, and I'm going now to the district reports page. And before this session's over, if we have time, we'll be clicking on every one of the links in this page. So the first one we're going to do is look at the Toastmasters International dashboard for our district. So I'm going to click on the District 55 performance link. And this is the dashboard for the district. This, but I will give it a little bit of an overview. Districts are measured in their distinguished district plan by three parameters: paid clubs, member payments, and number of distinguished clubs. And what you're looking at is the current status of District 55 as of May 29th. And they've made it kind of cutesy, right? I mean, if this arrow here is all the way to the right, good. If it's to the left, it's not so good. And you can see wish we were doing better, but this does represent the status of where we are. So you can see the number of paid clubs, our base, that's our baseline measurement, 192, and to date we're at 175. So you might expect that the arrow would be, tilting off to the left. If you look down here, every division, area, and club is listed in this listing. If you're a division governor and you want to look at this sheet to look at member payments, and this is just membership payments is all that's on this page. You can collapse them all. And you can see that now all the divisions are collapsed. If I'm in Division H, I can collapse them and click on Division H. And now you can see I can see my membership payments for Division H. Now, membership payments for is not terribly, but unless Crystal, when she probably will do this, she will probably be giving each division targets on where she wants your memberships to be by the end of the year. So this may become more relevant. And if she does, then you can track your membership payments this way. If you're an area governor, just click on your area. Let's suppose we're area 82, H82. We can, let's see, how do we, I guess we have to collapse all of them but 82 if you want to focus on 82. You can see there's 4 clubs This S, by the way, means these two clubs are select distinguished. The D means the area is already distinguished. But anyway, these are the membership information. This is the membership information for these 4 clubs based on late payments, payments in the October dues payment, April, and then the total. And then new charter. None of these clubs chartered. So here's the new members right here in this column. Okay, suppose we want to work at this at a more of a macro level. All these 3 pages I'm going to show you, district performance, division performance, and area performance, and club performance, have an export function on the right here. So I'm going to click down on export, and I'm going to click on CSV. And I've got the way mine's set. This is in Windows. I'm sure it works different on Apple's. I'm going to open this file with Microsoft Excel. And if you want to follow along, go ahead and hit the export button and click on that. But you might want to watch this first time and then maybe try it on your own the next time. Now you can see my Excel spreadsheet here. When it does CSV imports, it leaves all the columns the same. You can see I can't see everything here. So this is part of the tools learning part for you. So what do we do? Well, first of all, on these particular reports, I'm going to go to the end. So if you click end and home, oops, let me get in this page here. You can see that they put a line at the bottom that kind of messes up our formatting. So I'm just going to delete this line. How do you delete a line? In the Home tab, go over to Cells, delete row. I'm going to click on that, and boom, that row is gone. Okay? Now I'm going to push Control Home to go to the top. Control Home. And then I'm going to cursor on the column headings. A through N. That's the last column, A through N. And now I'm going to format these all at once. You can format them one at a time, and I'll show you how to do that. Like if I want to pull this one over here, you can just grab the boundary and pull it left or right, and it formats the column to the left. So area like this. The fast way to do this is grab the top column on every column, go over this cells again, format, and down here you'll see auto fit column width. And when I click that, bingo, everything is formatted to the widest entry in that column. That's something you can use over and over again in any kind of imports you do for Excel. As I said, this particular chart is not too terribly relevant, so I'm going to leave it, and we're going to go back to the second link on our page, which is division and area performance. I can get there in 2 ways. One is I can click it, go back to this page and click it here, or on this dashboard, I just click this tab up here called Division and Area Performance. I'm going to click it right now. Now you'll see this is more division and area oriented. It tells us how many divisions are in the district, how many areas, how many clubs, or paid clubs, not all clubs, but paid clubs. It's kind of nice. It's got the listing of how many of each of those entities are distinguished, select distinguished, or president's distinguished. So real quickly, you can see where you are and where you might need to be doing some work as a division or an area governor. Again, it has the expand collapse feature. So if I hit collapse and I want to just look at division F, we'll just focus on that. So you can see the goals for division F to be distinguished is 27 clubs. And to be a president's distinguished, it needs 28 clubs. Okay? Also, there's a distinguished club requirement to be a distinguished division. There's 2 requirements, 8 clubs, distinguished clubs, and I believe, I have to go back to my cheater book here, you must have no net loss of clubs in a division to be distinguished. Okay? So real quickly, the Division F governor can figure out their base is 27, they're paid at 23, so they're going to be distinguished. They've got to get at least to 27 paid clubs. They've got 4 more to go in the next month, right? They have 8 distinguished clubs. If to be distinguished, they have to get 11 distinguished clubs. So they need 4 paid clubs and 3 distinguished clubs to get to be just distinguished. And then if they're going to be select distinguished, same number of paid clubs, but they have to add 2 more distinguished clubs. And then 1 more to be presidents, and they have to add a net club to be presidents distinguished. So from this dashboard, you can tell that very quickly if you're a division governor. An area governor, it's the same way. So I look at area 20, same reading, base of 5. They've got 5 clubs, right? They need at least 3 distinguished clubs to be distinguished area. And you can see they actually have 4 distinguished clubs. And so this area is select distinguished, right? They've got 5 paid clubs, and they've got at least 4 distinguished clubs. All they lack to be a president's distinguished club is they have to add this club here without losing another club in the process, and they will be president's distinguished. And an area governor then can drill down and say, okay, what's happening at the club level? You can see all their clubs are at least select distinguished or higher. This is important for an area governor too. You can see which ones have renewed their dues, right? Which ones have paid. But for an area governor, this is one you want to focus on. You need to visit your clubs and write up a report twice a year, once by November, once by May. And this tells you whether you've done that or not, right? So here's one down here that they did a few in November, but none so far in May. And I believe, let's see, I don't want to spend too much time on this part of it, but to be a distinguished area, you have to submit at least 75% of your club base visits for the first round and 75% for the second round. I'm not exactly sure where that shows you in this chart. It may not. Okay, let's go back up to the export function. Before I go further, let me say, sometimes there's been confusion. Yes, go ahead, Crystal.
It shows right there. See the renewals column, and then the middle column says club visits. That shows whether or not the yes or no is whether or not they met the 75% reporting requirement in each cycle for the area government. Right there where your mouse is. Yes and no.
Where do I?
Right there.
Where to move the cursor?
You're on it.
Oh, that one?
Club visits, that's November and then May. And that's, so the area governor for F22 made it all across the board. So the club visit for USAA Toastmasters was, see, look down at F21. You'll see that a few were submitted, 3 were submitted in the fall, but none have been submitted for the spring. And that's by club. So you can tell if your area governor visit has been accepted by TI by looking at that dashboard.
Right, but they have to know what 75% is, right? They have to keep that number. It's not automatic from this chart.
Right.
Okay. So you need to remember the 75% number when looking at this particular chart.
Obviously, the good answer would be you want all yeses because you want to visit all of your clubs in both cycles, not just the measly 75%, right?
Exactly. Okay, I was at the top here. One thing you need to pay attention to is sometimes if you picked a different date, it'll freeze this chart when you bring it up with your browser on that date. And then you'll wonder, how come I made a club visit and it's not being recorded? Well, make sure you're on the latest date on this up here, okay? Another little gotcha that has gotten some clubs from time to time. Okay, again, here's the export function. So I'm going to export this file. The same looking thing. This guy, let me see. Let me go to the end first and get rid of this extra row that I don't want because it messes up my formatting. Delete row. See, this guy's got columns out the wazoo here, all the way out to AG. So I'm going to format it. Same thing. Format. Fit, boom. Now everything is readable. Another thing I would suggest you when you get these, if it's built this way, put somewhere below the first row. Where you are. what we're going to do is we're going to freeze the top so that if we scroll down, we can see our headings, our column headings. How do you do that? On this top tab, you go to the View tab. And like I say, I think this is different in Apple, right, Crystal? I'm sure it's different. Go over here, Freeze Panes, down arrow, and just say freeze the top row, right? And you can kind of see it puts a little line right here. Now, as you notice, I'm going to scroll down one. You can see that the top row, row number 1, stayed up at the top. So I can see what my column headings are. This may be more important for like a district governor who's wanting to, they want to really drill down and look at all the clubs and all these visits and everything else. Okay, there's a section of this that is just exactly what was on that dashboard. Then there's an area section, right? This talks about clubs. Here's area, starting at M, area club base, area, and it ends with, is the area distinguished? And then column W, it starts with division. All these division columns are the same if you look at them. 27, 28, 23, 11, right? Different for each club. And then it ends whether the distinguished, which we found out none of them are distinguished. So this report has a lot of data. Now let's suppose that we can use this. Suppose I've downloaded it and I'm only interested in my area. And let's say my area is M32. How do you look at M32 without just paging down or sorting or something like that? Excel has a way to do that as well. What you do is you click columns that you want to select your information on, and I usually just select it out through club name on this particular one. Go to the Data tab. Data tab is where I use sort and filter, And we're going to click the filter button. And you can see I've created these little down arrows here. So what did I say I want to do? M32. So all I have to do is click on this down arrow. There's every unique entry in that column. So I'm going to unclick select all. And I'm going to go down here to 32 and click 32 and push OK. And voila, there are the clubs in M32. Or if you're a division governor, go over here to division and pick your division. Let's go to J. Here are all the clubs in Division J. So by using this filter function, so everybody know how to get there? It's data, filter, and don't click filter until you've selected the columns you want to do your filtering on. It's kind of a handy gadget, and we'll use it more in just a little bit here. Okay, so that's this report. The last report is the club report. As I said, it's here. So if you want to jump directly to club performance, go to this page, click on club performance, or if you're already on this page, just click on this tab here, club performance. This report is the one that tells you about DCP for each club. Just looking at the first one here, you can see USAA Toastmasters. They have a base of 52 members. They got 40 to date. They meet the 20-plus requirement? Absolutely. They've met 9 goals, and here they are, CCs, ACs, leadership, membership, officer training, and dues renewal is RN, and LST is officer list. You see they got a perfect score on that one. Training, 3 of the 5 clubs are going to get the training credit. And here are their current DCP goals. And whether they're distinguished or not, all you have to do is a little list over here. P for presidents, S for select, and it'll say D for distinguished. And if you want to download that report, same thing, right? Download the CSV file and go down to the bottom, get rid of this. I'm sure Nasser's watching because he talked about getting this automated, which I think would be a good idea. So I got to go back to the Home tab, delete row, go back up to the top, grab the column headings all the way to the last one, format, auto fit column width. And there you go. This is a complete report here. And it tells you, it's basically everything that was on that report. So I don't know how useful this would be to download, but if you want to, there you go. You can do the same filtering function. Like if I just want to filter by divisions, remember data, filter. Let's go look at Division I this time. So Linda Oliver, there's your clubs right there. And it has all the DCP stuff just in one nice place for you to look at. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, let's go back to dues renewal status. You know, the grace period's about over. Everybody understand, right? The members get graced in April and May, and after May, they fall off a TI's roster. And okay, so here is the dues renewal status for District 55 for April, and that's the current year. You can look at this, or we can look at a spreadsheet, and I'll show you how to do the spreadsheet in just a minute. This is ordered by, I don't know how this is ordered. I have no idea. But you can, oh, it's ordered by club number. You can see it's sequentially higher according to club number. Probably not too useful. For a division governor, what they might want to do is click on the division, and it'll actually sort this list by division. And if you click it again, it'll sort it, see this through L. If you click it again, it'll start with F. Still not too interesting because it jumbles the areas, as you can see, 20, 22, 20, and so on. But at least now you've got it sorted. Like if you're in Division I, like Linda Oliver is, at least all the clubs are grouped, and you can see that, oops, I got a problem with Country Club. They haven't paid their dues. Wow, that's the only one. Congratulations, Linda. You're doing great. Woo! Okay. If you want to look at all the clubs that have not paid their dues, you click on the renewal status, and they all, well, I can click it again, and they'll sort to the top. I think Crystal showed us this last Saturday. So you can see there's still a handful of clubs. Well, I think there's 18 or 19 of them that have dues issues of one sort or another. Okay. What if you want to work on this in a spreadsheet? Well, I'm going to show you one way to do it, and it's fairly straightforward, and it assumes you like to use the mouse. You go up to the Edit function on your browser. I'm using Firefox. Internet Explorer has this. Chrome has it. They have some sort of an Edit button. And you click Select All. Edit, Select All. And what it's going to do, it's going to highlight everything on this page. And what I want to do now is I want to copy it. So I go back up to Edit, Copy, and it'll copy it to the clipboard. Everybody with me so far? So Edit, Select All, Edit, Copy. Now I'm going to bring up a blank spreadsheet. So bring up, well, I already got a Lotus one here. A Lotus, forget about that. I'm going to do a new spreadsheet. Create. Go to the Home tab, and you could click Paste. It would probably work. I'm a little bit conservative. I like to click Paste Special and use text, Unicode text, because I never know what HTML was going to do for me. But you could try it either way. So I'm going to click Paste Unicode text, and voila, there it is on the spreadsheet, right? So now I've got a bunch of junk at the top. You can keep it if you want, but it messes up your column formatting. So I'm going to delete these 9 rows. So Home, delete sheet rows. Delete sheet rows. Boom, those guys are gone. Oops. Looks like I overachieved. Hold on. All right, I'm going to undo that. I didn't mean to get the last row here because that's my column, right? Delete sheet row. Now my headings are there. I'm going to go to the end. There's some junk there. I call it junk. I mean, it's probably important, but not for what we're doing. Now all I have left is my data. Okay, this is a bit repetitious, but grab all those columns. We're going to now auto format the columns. Format, auto, fit, column, width. Voila, there you are. Now if I'm Linda Oliver, and I'm only interested in Division I, I'm going to click on Division I. I'm in the Division heading. Data, filter. Now I can filter on this column heading. Get rid of everything but I. And again, there's Linda's clubs right there. Okay? And you can see there's only one club that hadn't renewed their, just like we saw before. Okay, now another little Lotus. Sorry, I was a Lotus guy before I became an Excel guy. So see where the tab names are down here? I think this is true for Apple. It's true for, it's true for Excel on Apple. Click on this and you can edit this title. So I'm going to double click it. And you know what I'm going to call this? I'm going to call this April Dues Renewal. And hit the Enter key. Boom. Tab is now called April Dues Renewal. All right, now let's go to our next report. There's two ways to get to the next report, which is on a club officer list. Right now, we're really interested in our clubs turning in their officer list for July. I can either click on this link. That's the easiest way from this page. If you're already on this page, go over to the right. See it says Change Reports. Click on the down arrow. July Club Officer List Status. Boom. And there's our officer list status. Again, quick status, I can just click on this column heading and we can see that, again, about 25 or 30 clubs have submitted their officer list and the rest of them haven't. A whole bunch of them. Right? Now, if Linda Oliver wants to know who has turned in their officer list in her division, we can hit division and it'll pull all the I's together, or let's pull it into a spreadsheet. Edit, select all, edit, copy. Let's bring up our spreadsheet, our blank spreadsheet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all this in one workbook. I'm going to click on sheet 2. Now I'm going to paste it in sheet 2. So home. See what happens when I hit paste. I think it does something weird when you do paste. So I guess if you like the picture and want to fool with it some more, you can do that way. So we're going to do paste, paste special, Unicode text. There it is. Follow the same steps. We're going to delete the first 8 rows. Delete rows. We're going to delete these rows. Delete rows. Format the columns. Format, auto fit. And now we're going to data filter on the division column. Get rid of everything but I. And Linda, of her clubs have submitted officers and which ones have not. She can also see which areas they're in. Okay, suppose I want to sort this list. Crystal's the one that showed me this. I didn't realize you could do that. If you want to sort everything on this page, you're in the data section and you see the sort button, but before we do that, we have to click arrange to sort. if you want to click everything on this page, just click this thing right here at A and, left of A, top of 1. See how everything is highlighted? Sort. And now I can sort by any one or more of these columns, and I can do internal sort. So let's sort first by division, add a level, sort by area, add a level, sort by club name. I call it name for some reason. And then push OK. And now you can see this list is sorted. So now if I look at Linda's clubs, they're all together, right? Select I, boom. And now Linda's clubs, so now if she's working through area governors, she knows exactly which ones to work with on her area governors on getting their officer list. Okay, now I'm going to change the name of this tab of sheet 2 to something that's more meaningful. July officer list. And there you go. By the way, it pays to save these things after you do everything, just so you don't lose your work in case of power loss or anything else. And I'm not going to do mine just because it takes a little more time. All right, the next report. So everybody know how to do these two, right? Dues, officer list, current year education. This is kind of a nice one because it shows who has achieved an educational award this year. Again, you can see it's sorted by club. You can use your find function on your browser if you know a club name or a person's name. So let me I'm going to sort Oliver. Let's see. O-L-I-V-E-R. You can see my sort functions down at the bottom here.
Yep, and if it doesn't appear, you can always hit Control F, and it will pop up one in the top right-hand corner as well.
Right, so I see I'm going up and down. You can see Linda Oliver got a CC. It tells when she got it. Here's a CL, and she got another CL. So she got 2 CLs and got them all. Another way to do that, if you want to do it on this sheet, let me get it back to the top, is click on Member. Let's go reverse alphabetical. We just go down to where we find Linda Oliver, and it'll have all of hers grouped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So she's almost a double, triple crown here. Congratulations, Linda. Again, we can suck this into a spreadsheet. Select all, edit, copy. Let's go to our third tab on our spreadsheet. We're just going to call it Education Awards. And Home, Paste Special, just the text. And then get rid of these. Now you can see what we've got started here, and I'll work with Nasser on this. If somebody goes and does this maybe every couple of weeks and puts it someplace we can all use it, then everybody can go to this spreadsheet and just take a look and do whatever they want to with it. And we title this workbook, May 29th, District 55, Dues, Officer Education, or something like that. Okay, any questions at this point? Right, what's going on in the chat window here? I'm dating myself. Oh, with Lotus, okay.
I'm glad I could get on.
Oh, hi, Linda. Yeah, I wasn't sure you'd make it. Sounded like you were going to do some family stuff.
I was, but then when everybody disappeared, I had my little iPad. I learned a lot. I took screenshots of everything. Every time you did something, I took a screenshot, and I'll try to put it into a PowerPoint.
Of what I was doing here, or?
Yes, what you were doing. Every time you did something, I took a screenshot.
Screenshot, okay.
What was highlighted, so if you don't have it,
just so you know, we're recording this, and people will have. But,
okay.
So more is better. More is better. Some people might like a manual. Some people might sit for a recording. Who knows?
Yeah, I need to see the step by step.
Yes. Okay, and you can see here's all the reports you can get from this, from once you get to this point. And I believe I've got all of these listed. I don't have Triple Crown, but that's all I'm going to go through on this. Current year new clubs, prospective clubs, new clubs and sponsors. Those are pretty self-explanatory and really not worth downloading into a spreadsheet because they're typically, 10, 15, 20 entries on the page. I'll just do current year new clubs just to kind of show you. See, it's pretty small. It's just a handful of clubs. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize it was stacking all these up. Okay, now let's go to, so there's some industrious Toastmasters in Toastmaster land. One of them is Mike Rafferty, R-A-F-F-E-T-Y. And I don't know if you can see the bottom left of my screen. When I'm over Reports 3, it says reports3.mikerafferty.com. So that's his website, mikerafferty.com, not Rafferty. There's no R before the T. I'm going to show you a few reports on report. So when I click Reports 2, it brings me to this page. So to start, I'm going to pick our district over here, District 50. And there's a couple of these I'm going to go through. In fact, the first one I'm going to go through is, well, I guess it starts at District Summary. So some of this remember from the dashboard, right? Paid clubs are more we need. It gives us percent. It's got math. It's a little nicer, all in one place kind of thing. Talk fast. So if it's green, it means you've met that goal for distinguished, or any of these, right? Paid clubs, you obviously met that one as well. Uh-oh. Crystal, are you there?
Oh. I'm here. The audio is someone's internet connection, and yours or mine is being sketchy. So let's get you back up and share your screen again.
Okay. Is it something I do or you do?
You're just going to have to hit the share your screen again. There you go.
Do I need this?
I can't see what this is. All I can see.
It says waiting to view Crystal Dyer's screen. It's a little pop-up window.
No, you don't need to wait to view mine. Yours.
Hey, can everybody see?
Not yet.
It's called GoToMeeting Viewer for some reason.
Yours is coming up, but it's waiting.
Okay. I think you have to pass control to me or something, don't you?
You're already the presenter.
Okay. Well, in this thing, it just says Jerry Barrett me. It doesn't say presenter.
It says waiting to view Jerry Barrett's screen. So it's just.
Oh, so maybe we're just having to wait the time here. Telephone. That's good.
I'll switch it and then switch back.
Okay, let me know when I can go. Say that again. this thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm the presenter. I don't know, you see this, Crystal? I don't know what this is. And when I minimized it, it disappeared this thing on the right here.
Now we can see you.
Okay, am I on? Okay, I'm recording. I'm not sure where it quit recording. We're on the Mike Rafferty Reports 2, and this is the district summary for District 55. I went over here and selected District 55 from after I clicked this button here, Reports 2, on the district reports page on the district website. This is interesting for division governors. It shows them in a nutshell where they are with respect to becoming a distinguished division. And then below that is, in a nutshell, where each area is on their quest for becoming. And it lists them in order, looks like. The top scores at the top, right, from 100% down to whatever. So if you want to find your area, just click on your search function for your browser. Let me find L41. And you can see it selected L41, you know, right here. So the L41 governor can look at that and get a snapshot of where he or she is. Clubs that need coaches, not too interesting. Okay, so that's what's on this page. Area to do is, I mean, this is a fantastic report. I don't know how else to say it. So I'm going to click on it. It's not only area to-dos, but it's district to-dos and division to-dos. It tells you exactly what you have to do to become distinguished, select, or presence. So District 5, you can see we need 23 more clubs, 597 more membership payments, and 29 more distinguished clubs. And the same, you know, different numbers for select and presidents. Okay, under Division F, it has the same thing. To be distinguished, 4 more paid clubs, 3 more distinguished, and on and on and on. So here, a division governor can figure out what they have to do to get distinguished. And this information we had on before, right? I needed 4 more paid clubs and 3 more distinguished, if you remember that. And then below F20, F is all the areas. So look at area F20. It says, congratulations, it's select distinguished. To be president, it needs 1 more paid club, which is the new club they need to form. It's once you get to the top of this report, so the interpage links are here. So if you're, let's say I-73, I just click on this I-73 and it takes me right to the I-73 report. And tells me, it says, wow, I'm select distinguished and I need 1 more paid club. And it says, oh, by the way, Universal City has 7 goals, but if they got 6 more members, they would be distinguished. So, you know, in a nutshell, I mean, this tells you really where you are with respect to being distinguished district, division, or area, under area to-dos. Let's see, what was the other report I wanted to get? Almost distinguished is a good report. Lists it by area. So just read at the top. It's clubs with 4 DCP or more and clubs that need a net increase of 5 or more, or at least 20 total. So for example, Accent the Future has met 4 goals. It got, in order for these distinguished, they need 1 more goal and they need 8 more members. Fredericksburg needs, they've already got enough goals met, they need 2 more members, right? So this report, you know, area by area, you can, if you're working at the end of the year and saying, oh my gosh, what can we do to get these clubs distinguished, you can pick your high likelihood targets and call the president, work with the VP Ed, work with, you know, whoever, and see what can be done to record some additional goals. Let's see, I've never clicked one of these links. What happens when I do that? Oh, it's cool. It takes me to that club's DCP dashboard. Hallelujah. So when it takes to the dashboard, you can see what they can do to get another goal. Right? I mean, they're going to need more than one new member. They're going to need, 8 more members. So if they're going to be distinguished, they'll get that goal automatically. So they need to work on getting 8 more members. Okay, everybody understand that report? Almost distinguished reports too.
Nasser?
Area to do is almost distinguished.
Jerry?
Hello?
Nasser asked for you to show one more time how to navigate to reports 2, if you would, please.
Okay, I start everything from the district reports page on the District 55 website. So to get there, home, district officers, district reports. Click on that, takes you to this page. At the bottom section of this, under other reports, is reports 2. Everybody good with that? I'm going to click on reports 2, then here they come. Let's see, division, governor, dashboard, not too interesting. Some of these you have to be careful, like this DCP report. This is as of last year, July 21st, 2013. So be careful. Okay, that's all the reports I wanted to show on reports 2. Now, reports 3 is a new version, some more reports from Mike Rafferty. And again, let's click on District 55. What was the one? Club area performance. Where is that? Help, Crystal, where to go?
Which one are you looking for, Jerry? The very right there.
Club
it's not in the toggle. It's just the very first report on the right. Move you over one to the other pane.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So click this guy, Club and Area Performance Reports. Here's where you enter in our district, your division. I'll pick on Linda again, and submit. You can do it at the district level, the division level, or the area level, or at the club. The club is not too interesting for us, but we'll do that in just a second. So I'll submit that. I mean, it's got to be one of the slickest reports that is for DCP performance and membership. So this first club, Jack Wallace, right? This goes back to 2004, 2005. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, 10 to 11 years of history on this club's DCP goals. This is the number. This block here shows how the DCP points were earned, right? Membership number, you can see below 14, so they misdistinguished that year. Here's the award in the right-hand column, right? Whenever they, right? Red is bad, green is good. I mean, that's easy to remember. And you can see they went through a membership difficulty, and they're still in the membership difficulty this year, right? So what you could probably guess, this is a crystal dire intuition thinking, is somebody really big left the club in this year, and they've been struggling ever since. That would be the intuitive answer. This also shows you who has earned DCP goals this current year. So here's their CCs and when they earned them, when their officers were trained, how many, well, and renewals and officer lists. It has this for every club. It's all in a row, right? Here's the next club and the next club, right? So as an area governor, if I was going to pick up this Jack Wallace club, well, I would look at all my clubs to see what their history is and try to make some conclusions about what, you know, where this club is and where it has been, so that when you meet them, you can have an intelligent conversation with them about how the club is doing. right? This is just the data, right? That's just the first step. You can't draw conclusions from this chart. You can just make inferences from these charts. Okay, and then, so that's all I had for report 3. That looked like to me the main interesting one, because a lot of it is, wow, it's just a lot of analysis that you can go through if you want to get into that. The final set of report sections, again under other reports, is called Toastmaster Tools. This is just to make you aware of it. These were generated by a guy named George Marshall. He's a programmer, lives out, I think, in the Oakland area. And then this is his dashboard here, right? I'll just pick a few of these. Education awards by club number. So if I type in a club number, Linda, what's your club number?
1722.
1722. And I'll do all years. This goes back to 2003 and 4 and shows you which members earned education awards that year. Right? 03, 04, 04, 05, all the way down to this year. Here's this year. Looks like they had a banner year here in 11, 12. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this would be good, I think, for area governors to go to see who they think the real drivers are in the club. Who are the ones that are earning education awards, I think is a big deal. Right? Okay, let's go back. What else did I say? DCP history. Oh, DCP history. Let me click on that one. This is about the same that Mike Rafferty has. So I can enter 55, Division I, Division Summaries, Area Summaries, and click on the button to take me to that. And this shows the history of the division. This is kind of not relevant because we redistrict, reorganize, realign every year. And these are based on the alignment at that given year. So since our alignment boundaries change, I guess it's not as interesting as I thought it might. The idea though in these, is, first time awards, if you want to see the first time people earn things. Okay, so that's all I want to show you about George Marshall's. One final one that will be good for you to know, especially new area governors, and that's, where are my clubs and when do they meet? Anybody ever have that question? And I'm going to show you how to do that. So go to the Toastmasters International home. Everybody know how to do that? Toastmasters.org. Click on Find. Find a club. At the bottom down here, it says Club District Search. Select a district. Guess what? We're going to select District 55. Find. Now, the only thing that irks me about this page is it just shows San Antonio. I don't know. I've complained about it, but, if you keep minimizing, you can see we got clubs everywhere. Okay, I'm going to show the list of clubs. Click on this little gray thing here. And it lists the clubs in alphabetical order. So if Nasser, give me a number, you can just search on it, right? Maybe I'm going to give me a club name. All right, I'll use, am I still on?
Talk of the Tower. You can do
Talk of the Tower. Talk of the Tower. So if you search on this page, you can see they meet at an IHOP. They meet 7 p.m. every Wednesday. There's a phone number. You can click to email somebody, hey, I'm coming. That'd be good for area governors to do. Hey, I'm coming. You go to their website. You can go to their Facebook. You can and this is good for people who are thinking about joining clubs, right? Well, it's also good for area governors and division governors. All right. Now, a lot of data doesn't change very often. So what you might want to do is download this to an Excel spreadsheet. It's got a handy-dandy button right there, Excel. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to open it. Now, this one's a little bit weird. It takes a few minutes for me, and it comes up with this, man, are you sure you want to do this? And you'll see it in just a second. And maybe it's just me. Maybe this won't happen to you. Come on, where are you? There it is. The file you're trying to open is in a different format. So click yes, and here's all the clubs. Now this one, for some reason, they backlighted. I mean, I don't like it, the formatting, but that's okay. Again, we're going to go View, Freeze Panes, freeze the top row. You can see it sorted by club number. So area division. Go to the Data tab, Filter. Let's pick on area 73. How's that? Nice random number. There's where all the clubs in Area 73 meet, right? Randolph Air Force Base, Texas. And they meet. Notice that it has their columns interchanged for some reason. We've tried to get that fixed for a year, and it's not happened. They meet noon on Wednesdays. And here's you can email. So you could store this spreadsheet someplace where it's handy for you to find, and then when you're ready to go visit your club, you know where they're going to meet. You can email them. Let's see if they had a website. Yep, they got a website, so you can plug that into your browser, and let's see. Let's just do that. Browser. They're on Easy Speak. Oh, it can't find it. That's not good. Do I have to do www or something? Oh, let's see. Well, anyway, I'm having trouble. Who is this? What was this club?
That was, did you say 73? That was Randolph?
Randolph Air Force Base. Maybe I'll have better luck on the browser. Yeah, that worked a lot better. So here's their Easy Speak site. Okay, we're at the end of our meeting. Are there any questions? This has been a quick run through. What I hope to accomplish was show you where to find the links to reports, not only on Toastmasters website, but some other helpful sites like Mike Rafferty, and how to download stuff into spreadsheets and what to do with it when you download it.
Okay. Looks
so
like,
as Crystal said, well, I'll turn it back over to Crystal and we'll conclude the meeting.
All right. It sounds like Nasser feels like he got good info. Grace thinks she got some good details. And we'll obviously put this on to a recording so that everyone can go back and revisit it if you want to play it a few times just to watch the way he did things. There's another thing that you can look at as far as his choice for importing information from the TI reports. He did a lot of edit, select all, copy, paste in with the modifications. If you're a drag with your mouse kind of person, you can simply click where the headers begin and then do, Command, Control C and copy that data and then drop it directly into the spreadsheet without the modifications if you're comfortable doing it that way. from some of the.
Yeah, I can show you. I can show you what she's talking about. Are you still recording?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, yeah, if you've got this sorted how you want, you can just, grab as many as you want, and then do the copy.
Yep.
Right? So that just gets you subset. Edit, copy.
And then you can copy it right into your Excel spreadsheet.
And there you go. So if you're a mouse grab type and you've got it sorted how you want, then you can get the right subset.
Yep. And then it's still also sortable in Excel once you do it. So it's really whatever's easiest for you. Sometimes in a Mac it seems to be a bit easier to do the drag and drop, but it's really, how it works for you. But any other questions from everyone on the line? And any other things that you want to see, or is there something you'd like to see in a follow-on session in a bit more detail? Doesn't look like it. All right.
If you do, send me an email, send Crystal an email, call us. I'm glad to entertain.
Okay. We will get this converted into a video file and we'll email a link out to you so that you can reference this for a second look later. But again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We hope you found it valuable. I know it was a lot of information, but it's something that will definitely help you in the coming year as you serve the members of District 55. So thanks for taking the time tonight. And again, we're here to help if you need us in the future. Have a good night, everybody.
Goodbye, all.